I feel like in life, you're gonna have moments and situations that will basically sit your ass down. I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in hot. You know, listen, listen. I ain't dropped an episode since January, pardon self, June. I don't even remember the month, let alone how many days it's been. June 30th was definitely my last episode, and I just want to take this time right now to speak to my people, because I know y'all been looking for me, and I'm pretty certain that there's some questions that you may have for the kid. Now listen, man, I feel like, so this is the thing, I probably got some explaining to do. First of all, my audio, as you can probably tell, has diminished slightly, because it wasn't like I had a real mic anyway. I was doing this shit on the Xbox gamer headset. The laptop is still down. The kid was down bad. You feel me? I ain't really have an episode for y'all. I didn't. I did, but I had to hold it. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and, introduce this thing the right way, man. WillMatic. Do I still got it? Hold on, man. Let me wet my palate, man. Hold on. I said, you know what? I can't leave them out in the cold this long. It's been 19 days, fam. 19 days since my last episode, and realistically, so on my last episode, King Kunta, I basically, I vaguely gave y'all some of the, what was basically going on with me. I had a little legal situation that I'm currently actually still dealing with. I don't want to say too much, but what I will say this, man, I'm feeling good and I'm feeling great, and I'm feeling just, realistically, man, I'm just looking forward to anything and everything that's ahead of me at this point in my life. Yeah, man, the obstacles and the challenges are necessary for the greatness to... This is what I'm basically trying to get at. This is episode 37, I believe. This is definitely episode 37 of the E.B.C.G podcast. I appreciate you all for the pull-up. You already know I am your host, WillMatic TV. That's spelled WILLMATIC TV. I feel like I'm a little rusty, as I should be. It's been 19 days. I ain't been podding. I ain't really been... I had to get low. Y'all. I had to get low. There's been a lot of, low vibrating frequency, situations occurring, basically with me personally. And we're going to get into it. Full transparency on this episode. I do not want to leave my people out in the cold at the end of the day. I come on here, and what do? I speak about life, situations, how we handle those situations. This is this is the people's podcast. I speak with and for the people, right? I don't want to be too long-winded here, and like I said, I don't really even know where I'm not even... Listen, we going off the dome on this episode. That could be the title of this joint, Off the Dome. But I feel like I already gave y'all those. Pardon me if the static is... Yeah, let me not... So yeah, my setup... Listen, let me get to it, right? Realistically, so this is where we at. The kid been down bad, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It's been some things going on, man. First and foremost, a legal situation, that basically kind of, it kind of put a little, little speed bump on the roller coaster ride, that I was on, as far as just, the podcast and building my brand. I don't feel like this is like I'm down and out. Let me be real clear with what I'm saying here. I'm still that fucking guy when it comes to this podcast shit. I'm still gonna come on here. I'm still gonna get y'all episodes. Listen, everybody can't go podcast. The E.B.C.G, we just getting started is basically what I'm saying. And realistically, fam, 19 days off, like, that's not really... Kendrick took 5 years off and came back and hit y'all with Mr. Morale. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like 19 days ain't really... Like, I'm still here, and I'm always here. You can always reach me. Ain't like I went, like, black. I ain't, like, delete my social media or nothing like that. You feel me? I was definitely still accessible and still available and still outside. Ain't like I left the planet. What I'm saying is this. There's been some shit going on with the kid, and we gonna be a little bit transparent on this episode as much as we can be, because realistically, like I said, this is a legal situation that I'm currently dealing with. What I will say is this. I'm good. Like, I don't want to paint it. You feel me? Like, shit is like super like a federal. You know what I'm saying? It actually is a Anyway, so this is the thing, right? It's a little. I don't want to say what it is exactly, but I will say this. In due time, when we get through this situation, we will come on here and I will definitely be fully transparent about the whole situation and basically just how life is just funny, man. And you gotta really just laugh at life sometimes, man. You can't laugh too long, though. You feel me? You laugh too long, you might miss the bar at the end of the day. But there's always a bar, and at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to say is this: you gotta push through. You gotta push through, and that is basically what I've been doing for this past 19 days. I've been straight pushing through every obstacle that's been coming my way, and they've been coming my way. I ain't gonna hold you. Listen to my mic, fam. How I go from the gamer headset to the... So yeah, the laptop is, my laptop basically was destroyed. Listen, man, I was arrested. I was in, what I'm saying? They had me inside the belly of the beast. They had me up in there, mug shot. I'm on the hard, listen, man, anybody, I know what time it is with that whole, listen. I just feel like, like I said, you gotta just push through. I just came out of jail and I gave out episode 30, the last episode and all that. So I didn't even really have the resources to really I had to really just come off the dome like I do with my episodes basically like what I do with my podcast. Pardon me. I'm rusty and shit. This is terrible. And I can't edit, so it's like, y'all gonna hear the rust. You feel me? We not about to, can't edit our way out of this one. I have no editor right now. Technically, though, I could edit this shit if I really wanted to. I'm not doing all that, though, because this is the full transparency episode. The kid been down bad, but I've been working at the same time. You feel me? Because realistically, like I said, you gotta push through. And that's going to be a reoccurring theme on this episode, that phrase, push through. Because at the end of the day, I'm at a point now, basically, with everything that's been going on with me personally. I mean, I'm talking about family going bad. I'm talking about money going bad. I'm talking about overdraft fees. I'm talking about all of it, you name it. I'm going through it right now, fam. I'm talking about the kid ain't even, you going days without eating. You fasting. Not on purpose. You ain't got it. But guess what? You got to push through and still go get to the bag, fam. And realistically, you ain't even going to get the bag. You know why? Because the account is in overdraft right now. Due to I don't want to say too much. But realistically, fam, yeah, it's been rough and rugged. I done figured some shit out, and I got back into a situation now where I could kind of, see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is why I can give y'all this episode. Realistically, I ain't have no podcast in me, fam. I've been quiet. I've been observing. I've been kind of just, watching everything and seeing how everything been playing out. But I definitely want to just say, man, I'm here, and I'm here to stay, man. There's really nothing you can really do to stop me. And realistically, man, these situations that I'm referring to, these obstacles, these, mishaps, whatever you want to call them, are all absolutely 100% necessary and a part of the journey to get to the greater good, right? I'm going in circles here. I'm not even sure if that was my intro. Like I said, I'm not editing shit. It is what it is. This is a full transparency episode. The kid been down bad, and that's why I had to get low. I've been down bad. I had to get low. I had to get down bad is relative, by the way, because realistically, realistically, I know it's there's always somebody doing worse than you, and vice versa, right? So we don't want to paint it like, what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and that's basically all I'm trying to say. It could always be better. It could always be worse, and that's really the real bar, regardless of what it is. Like I was just saying on my last episode, not even like I was just saying because that was 19 days ago and shit, right? I lost my whole, the continuity is off, but we gonna get back to it though. We gonna get back to it. Realistically, this is like I said, I ain't wanna leave y'all in the cold, you feel me? People been seeing me on the street, people calling out across the street, what's up, what? Everything is good, everything is great. The podcast is back. The podcast ain't really go nowhere, and realistically, I left y'all with some heat. I really left y'all with some heat for real. So what I'm really trying to say is the podcast ain't going nowhere, fam. Episode 36, 35, 34, all the 30s, them 30s with some heat. I'm still in now we at the tail end of the 30s. We damn near about to hit episode 40, which is a milestone. Damn, I'm really about to hit episode 40 on this shit. It's crazy. Yeah. We moving and we shaking. And like I said, the best part about it is we just getting started. I know this is going to be the down bad episode and the mic, and hopefully the static ain't that crazy. Just we potting through the wire right now. The wire is exposed and shit. My headphones done broke them. Everything is breaking. Everything is breaking on me. But guess what? Guess who not going to break? Guess who not going to break? And guess this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. I had to learn some shit about myself this past 19 days, and man, like I said, bro, this is only. I just feel like this is only the beginning, and that's the only way I could really put it. In due time, though, we'll put some things in perspective. Fuck the police. Realistically, like I said, we're gonna get into to exactly what I'm really referring to about my particular situation. But I mean, listen, man, I don't have no problem saying that. Listen, Ice Cube said it, and realistically, that's a song. And I was reading it off of you. Fuck the police, man. Fuck the police, coming straight from the underground. A young brother had it back because I'm brown. Salute to Ice Cube, who is actually currently dealing with, not dealing with, but the big three is I believe they just started a new season, and he's definitely been really vocal about the different situations that the obstacles and the road bumps that are in front of him right now on his journey, as far as the big three and the NBA and that whole situation. He was on a Breakfast Club not too long ago, I believe like last week, 2 weeks ago or so. Like I said, man, I've been paying. I'm not gonna ever turn the antennas off. You understand what I'm saying? So I really been kind of sitting back. I ain't really been writing nothing as far as like the docket. I got 6 for y'all though. I still got 6 for y'all. I had to write something down. You feel me? I still been active. Like I said, it's just I ain't really feel like talking. You know what I'm saying? It comes to a point in time in life where you kind of gotta just be more of a listener. At certain points, regardless if you podcast or not, you feel me? I'll put the mic down and really get into that. That's when I'm really doing some real studying. You understand what I'm saying? Because realistically, the kid is always doing some type of studying, man. Whether it's through conversation, through just reading, watching different documentaries. I literally was just watching What the Health for the first time yesterday. I fell asleep to that actually. Yeah, that was interesting to say the least. A lot of things I already knew, a lot of things that I didn't know. I definitely gotta look at salmon differently now. They done changed how I look at salmon. I thought I was safe with the salmon. They talking about, shout out to What the Health. Netflix is definitely, anyway, I'm jumping way ahead of where we need to be. So full transparency episode. I got quiet. I had to I had to get low, handle some real shit. You feel me? And I handled it. I will say that. Clap it up for me for handling real shit, and then getting right back to my podcast like nothing even really happened. Like just completely unscathed, bigger and strong. I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling great. You feel me? I'm feeling like my muscles is feeling like real tight. I'm feeling real like I'm just in a great space despite, and that's really what I'm trying to say though. This is what I'm really trying to say. Like, there's a lot of people that are dealing with different things. I know everybody not gonna, we not gonna all come out necessarily on a, you know, on the internet and basically talk about the things that we're dealing with that may be, an obstacle in our lives. We all have our different situations and different ways that we handle our situations. All I'm saying is this: you can't give up. And what I'm really saying is, like, what I had to learn about myself is that realistically, failure is not even an option for me unless I allow it to be. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can definitely allow it to be an option, right? That's always available. You gotta push through though, and you gotta kind of put that tunnel vision on it to really. It's kind of hard to really even put into words what I'm feeling right now, and I feel like that's what I'm trying to do. You can't really put it into words, man. It's really just a something that you kind of gotta just go through for yourself. And like I said, everybody gonna go through different things, different situations. I started a GoFundMe page, all type of shit, fam. When I say down bad, I mean down bad. Damn near, I want to say rock bottom. Which, again, relative, right? Relatively speaking, right? But I just feel like the power of the tongue as well, because I had to mention that as well. It was just so interesting to me how I just, on my previous episode, before I did my little bit and all that, you know what I'm saying? I was in there, the belly of the beast, fam. I was in there for like 48 hours. It wasn't even really nothing crazy. But realistically, fam, I ain't really need to be in there for an hour. I ain't need to be in there for a minute. You feel me? And like I said, we'll get into that on a later episode. We'll definitely get into all of that. Inshallah, if the time will allow it. It's a lot of, I definitely feel like, I want to be really, really clear about just basically the whole situation. But what I will say is this, man. Even jail can't stop me, man. Like, it's just like, fam, you can't build a prison or jail or anything, fam, that's going to stop me. We was in there literally talking about wildlife preservation and shit. Like, it's really some solid people in there that are basically, getting caught up in different situations just like you. You know what I'm saying? We all got different things that we got to go through, man. Like I said, I'm rambling at this point. I'm trying to see if I want to get into some topics. What's going on? Everything's going on, fam. Like, I still know how to do this. You feel me? I don't really feel like we need to, so let's just do some honorable mentions. Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer is what I wrote down. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like, listen, man. Hey. So what's going on, man? Like, do we need to get into some current events now? Have I talked enough about my personal situation? Is that enough of an intro? I don't feel like it is. We can get into some more shit. How family shady as fuck. How it be the people that, you would think it would be the most in your corner. Listen, man, you would get thrown to the motherfucking wolves out here, man. You gotta really it's really just up to you on how you're gonna, I don't know, man, just respond to situations, man. I'm just in such an enlightened mood right now that I can't, like I said, once again, there's no way for me to put into words what I'm actually feeling right now. I'm talking about, man, like I said, I had to start a GoFundMe, fam. Imagine, like, fam, I ain't get a penny in that shit, but it's cool though, because guess what? I figured some shit out. Yeah, I did. I had to, delete that real quick, but I'm not ashamed to say I did that. Yeah, I had to do that. I had to try to get and then realistically, I wanted to just see if I was really him. Like, let me see what my crowdsourcing is at right now. Like, can I actually rally up? If I can get people to, then this is an indication. I might need to start what's that joint over there that you, the subscription based, I don't even know the name of shit anymore. I'm all fucked up in the game. I'm all fucked. What is the platform, man? Well, how do I forget that, bro? But what I was getting ready to say is I might have a subscription base. If I could get $1 off of, realistically, I was really in like a jam for real. I wasn't really trying to like even finesse y'all. I really needed, you feel me? Yeah. And that's kind of where we was at. Speaking of dollar, speaking of dollars, salute to Kyrie Irving, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to talk about somebody who had to push through. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, this is the example of what I'm talking about right here. I'm going to tie it in. Kyrie Irving pushed through. Kyrie Irving was in a position where he basically was down financially, right? He damn near was getting ready to get locked up. It seemed like the way they was chastising this man, and here we are now, fast forward, you stay true, to what you believed in, you stay true to yourself, your beliefs. And here we are now, a 5-year endorsement deal with Anta, which is, the shoe, obviously the sneaker brand. They locked him in for 5 years, man. I couldn't be more happy for Kyrie, They also named him the chief creative officer of Anta, which, that's amazing. He's gonna have some like creative control in the brand itself. I feel like that's super dope. That's even a one up from, the deal he had with Nike. At the end of the day, I don't believe he had that type of control over there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was designing his own shoe though, which this is also in the deal. Signature products, product releases, and plus youth basketball camp. So yeah, and to then lock Kyrie up with a 5-year deal. I'm rusty as hell. This is crazy. I'm gonna get back though, and I appreciate the fact that I could look. I needed an episode like this. The episode where, because realistically, I had to go back. I went back to go listen to some of my older joints, and that's really why sometimes I inspire me. And like I said, I left y'all with some heat for real. Go back and listen to episode 3, fam. Are you kidding me? From 3 up, I was giving y'all some heat, and that's just a fact. I came out the gate swinging. Realistically, you can go back to 1, episode 1. I was giving it to y'all. I was serving y'all, fam. I was on the SoundCloud. I had to move around and shake and move a little bit, but you know what I mean. Salute to Kyrie. This episode is not all about me. This is the Everybody Can't Go podcast. This is the People's Podcast, and we are here to discuss, Keke Palmer. Like I said, I ain't really want to get into that. I brought her name up because I wrote it down because obviously, you know what I'm saying, I seen what was going on. Come on, man. Usher's still out here. Listen, man, hey. We all know what Usher's resume is, and we know who Usher is, and we know his catalog, right? So it's just like I wasn't really surprised by this whole situation. Is really what I'm trying to say. Like Keke Palmer, where she went and danced, and she had on the outfit with the see-through. You could see the whole form, fam. The cheeks was out. And listen, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say that, right? Like, did they change? Did they update the fucking, the cancel rules while I was gone? I'm not editing nothing on this episode, by the way. So as you hear this, as I'm saying everything, is how this episode will come out, fam. They might cancel the kid. They can't cancel me. They can't cancel me. They can't. I came out of jail and gave y'all an episode, fam. Huh? Stop playing with me, man. Who's potting like this? Who's doing this, fam? Salute to Tax Stone, too, by the way. Not salute, but, rest in peace to Banger. That's what I really should have said first. I meant to just say salute because, at the end of the day, Tax Stone, he was one of the first, Tax Stone was out of here. And now they got him out of here. He really got himself out of here, though. But sometimes, man, in life, the decisions you make, he made a decision. The Book of Hove The Book of Hove at the Brooklyn Public Library. Let's talk about it, fam. My segues is off. It's cool though. The Book of Hove. The Book of Hove. Now this the thing, right? I had to, I had to pull up and see that my damn self firsthand. I just was over there yesterday, and I'm not gonna hold you. It's probably one of the most inspiring things I'll ever see in my life. I mean, the fact that this individual was able to, the concept, the whole idea of the library, the Book of Hove, I feel like it's genius, bro. And Jay-Z always kind of figures out a way to. But then this is the other thing, right? Because like I said, we potting, we giving y'all this in real time. It's 2 p.m. July 18th. You know what I'm saying? 19 days later from my last episode, which is the longest gap I've ever had in between episodes. Let's just note, I wasn't on vacation or nothing. I was chilling though. I was definitely chilling, definitely getting my tan in and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my body's feeling great. You know, I'm a little sore, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's not really that comfortable in jail, you know what I'm saying? And that might, depending on your situation and on what took place before you even got in that motherfucker, you might already been sore. Now you on hard wood and cement, fam. What I'm saying is they almost broke me down, is what I'm trying to say. Like, they tried to get me the fuck out of here, fam. I left that bitch like, bro, I couldn't even walk straight, bro. That is the belly of the beast. But listen, man, we here though. We here, and I came home and gave y'all an episode. Let's just note that right there. I came fresh out. I ain't even get the. Listen, man, I still had the damn NYP stickers on my damn. Yeah, that was nasty. I had to get that shit off my bike ASAP. Shout out to Kyrie, Keke Palmer, and Usher. I was still on that. I ain't really, like I said, there's nothing to really talk about here. It's Keke Palmer and it's Usher. Like, what do we expect, fam? Her boyfriend, who's basically not as well known as Usher, and that's pretty much how this is gonna play out, right? Nobody knows you, fam. We all know Usher and we all know his music, word for word. You coming out and saying anything about the situation is gonna make you look like a loser, fam. And that is basically what happened. I'm not really trying to get into the specifics of what was said. It was basically something along the lines of, oh, you're a mom and you can't. Why are you doing this? You basically you sound crazy, right? It's the internet, fam. It's 2023. All we gonna do is take shit like this and meme it and make you look crazy, fam. And that's all that's happening right now. He might have a point as far as from his perspective, right? On how he views, relationships and whatever, motherhood. But at the end of the day, that's not even really, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares about that. You gotta push through out here, fam. And like I said, that is going to be a reoccurring theme on this episode. That you're going to have to just push through, fam. Find the right, female who's, willing to follow those principles at the end of the day. You feel me? And just get right with that. You feel me? And be happy. And you got to just accept the fact that, everybody's not going to be able to relate, or everybody's just not going to have the same perspective. And, that's kind of how I want to just leave that right there. She did look amazing in the outfit, by the way. And I know for a fact, Usher probably agreed, based on how that nigga hit a high note when he looked down at her. He said, ooh. Yeah, look, listen, I would have felt the way. Personally, I would have felt the way. It's been situations way less than that when I felt the way. You damn right. If that's your girl, you gonna feel away. But at the end of the day, fam, like I said, we off that though. The Book of Hove is amazing at the Brooklyn Public Library. They, I wasn't even really sure. I wasn't even aware of like this coming or any. Like, I'm not even really sure who came up with this concept or this idea. Like I said, I went and I took a look at it. I seen it up close. So I forgot about Kendrick and Nas, which is crazy. And we're going to get to Nas right after this, right? Because, I'm setting it up for the segue. I still got some pod in me. A segue coming, right? The Book of Hove is amazing. And I low-key, I posted a story or whatever. I want to just clear something up for the record. Jay-Z is not the GOAT. I'm so sorry that I had to come on here and say this publicly like this. I want to just clear this up for the record. Jay-Z when I said GOAT in the story, I want to be real clear because this is the transparency episode, right? I ain't necessarily mean the GOAT in music or my GOAT. What I'm saying is, you know, as far as an artist and the presentation of what it is and the embodiment of being a hip hop legend, right? I'm just saying his resume and the way he's able to present certain things is very GOATy. It is. Now, as far as me and my preference or my, you know, whose catalog that I feel like is the best, I definitely, you know, would have to honorable mention Nas before I say Jay. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say Nas. I gotta say Kendrick. I gotta say Tupac Shakur. A few names, right? I might even have to say M and J might be. I might have M before J on my list. I'm just saying I'm a different kind of cat. You feel me? And everybody can't really, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to relate to we all had different walks of life that we came from and different situations that we can't all have the same taste of music is what I'm saying. You feel me? I've grown to respect Jay-Z a lot more as I've gotten older, though. I will say this. There was a point in time where I had no, you know, I kind of was like basically, you would call it blasphemy. The shit I was saying about Hov. Huh? But yeah, over time, I've definitely grown to kind of understand just a little bit more, you know. Yeah, that Book of Hov is amazing, though. You got to get down to the Grand Army Plaza Library, check it out. I ain't even go inside and see all that. I'm not sure, like, if it's, like, is it, like, ticket admission? I'm not sure what's going on, but they recreated Baseline Studios, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Salute to Jay for that, and I'm not sure if this means music is supposed to be coming, because realistically, like, you know, like I've been saying, this is the 50th year, you know, of that thing that we all love and call hip-hop, and, you know, that's the other thing. He did that during the 50, like, I just feel like that's dope, you feel me? 50th year hip-hop. Is Jay-Z 50 right now? Is Jay-Z 50 years old? I believe he might be 50 plus at this point. If Jay-Z is 50 on the 50th year hip-hop, that's crazy. But we going to segue from that, and we going to get into some shit that I just peeped, right? Because like I said, I'm all over the place with it. I only got 6 on the docket. I ain't really been writing, for real. I kind of just been restoring the, you know what I'm saying? Just keeping the shit in the you know, in the memory file and all that. But I definitely just peeped that Nas announced, you know, that Magic 2 is definitely dropping, you know, July, what was the date? In like 3 days, fam. The 21st, the 22nd, huh? Don't let me go pull it up. He about to drop shortly. I believe this Friday. Nas Magic 2 is on the way. And then I asked myself, did Nas pull a J on Jay? Because, you know, it's been a kind of running joke with the whole, every time Nas do something big or he announced an album or he drops some type of, Jay would always come and find a way to kind of, not necessarily trumpet, but, you know, put something out on the same exact day. And that's been a reoccurring theme. I feel like Nas pulled a J on Nas, or rather Nas pulled a J on Jay, for the simple fact that this Magic 2 announcement came literally the day after I went and seen that Book of Hov, and he might have seen my story, fam. Like, I'm losing him. I can't lose WillMatic. Like, that would be crazy, right? Nigga took my whole... I might owe Nas money off of these episodes, fam, realistically. Like, that might be another legal situation I got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning a lot about, you know, it's wild out here, man. It's wild out here, bro. You could really, yeah. We gonna get into that on a later episode, though. Like I said, I can't say too much, you know. Don't let me get to talking, man. Because if I listen, realistically, I don't even got my laptop yet. Listen, I had to listen. Like I said, nigga was down. I was down bad, and realistically, we was about to get right back, and right the day. But everything happens for a reason, though. And, you know, like I said, all I see is growth from this point on, you know. Down bad, but not down and out, you know. I could come on here and I could tell y'all that, you know, everything was just going left for me, man. Everything. Family shady. Oh man, family shady. Do we need to get into it? You can really be man, it's just fucking like you gotta really have, what's the word I'm looking for? Not even faith. I mean, faith for sure, strong faith. I mean, there's no way around that at this point. I don't know, man. I just like at a certain point in life, you gotta just understand and accept the fact that everything that comes your way is really just a test. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit is really designed or built to end you. You're the only one that possess that power at the end of the day. It's kind of like when you're playing a video game. At the end of the day, you got the controller in your hand. You're in control of everything that's going on. You might not be able to figure out. I'm not sure how I got to video games with this, right? But just peep the analogy. You have the controller in your hands, but realistically, like, there might be certain parts of the game that you don't understand, or it might get a little harder, this level, that. How do you beat this level? I can't beat this level. You have the controller at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You're in control of the situation. You know what I'm saying? You got to just kind of sit there with that and figure that out the same way you would do that with a video game. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you don't hit quit, the game continues at the end of the day. You can't hit quit. They'll put a cheat code in too, though, and fuck your whole shit up. That's the other, you know what I'm saying? A cheat code might come through, and you might wanna hit quit, right? You could probably even hit restart. You might want to hit restart. All right, we off the video game analogy. I tried something there. I did. I hope this playback is, somewhat decent. I feel like y'all gonna hear the fan in the background. I'm not turning it off though. It is what it is. Like I said, we are down right now. This is basically like, these are the under construction episodes, fam. But I couldn't leave y'all in the cold for more than 19 days though. 20 days would have been crazy. Like, whoa, I ain't potted in 20 days, man. I've been like I said, I was listening to old episodes, man, and I was just like, man, like, I forgot how, like, I actually enjoy doing this. I'm doing this shit for free. I'm doing it for free. Like, let's be clear. Like, I'm doing this shit off of the love. Eventually, I do plan on monetizing, but like I said, I'm not focused on that now. I don't really need to make a dime off of this for me to continue to be successful in life. Realistically, if this is something that I could just utilize to get a message out, that's more important to me than actually monetizing and making money off of this. I feel like my voice, my story, my, different things I've been through, my perspective is needed in the culture. And I mean, at some point, man, you know what I'm saying, make no mistake about it, Everybody Can't Go podcast, the E.B.C.G brand, will be the number one brand in black, or just in media, period. I don't even want to box myself in. But, I'm realistically, that is probably the box I will be put in, because that's just kind of how they play, right? We going. This thing is getting ready to grow, man. Like I said, I've been sitting back. I've been drawing shit out. I've been planning this shit, and just wait on it. That's all I can really say. And that's why I really could come on here and say this. That's why I could come on here and give y'all this transparent, because I don't care. I know at the end of the day, this is not it for me, fam. You can't. That's what happens. Like, we get knocked down, and we sit there and we think about, oh man, we down so bad right now. How we go? You can't. You gonna have your days now where it's like, damn, this shit is a little too. That's when the GoFundMe had to get created. That was my day when I was like, all right, I need somebody gotta. You feel me? I can't really. How am I gonna survive off of my account overdraft? You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting a dollar. Imagine you working hard as fuck to get a check, and you get that check and you're not even getting the check. But you know what I'm saying? That was basically the situation I'm in currently. I'm not even out of that situation yet. So basically, my next check, I'm probably not gonna get that. I'm not gonna touch my next 2 checks or something like that. You feel me? And that's just basically based off of just a bad error that was made. I won't get into more detail than that. But yeah, man, kind of put me in the red there. But that's amazing to me. to be able to be in a situation like that and just know that at the end of the day, I'm going to come out of the situation, man. That's the one thing that I feel like I want to leave y'all with on this episode. You got to push through. You know what I'm saying? You can't quit just because some shit get a little hard. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to kind of look for the cheat codes. There's always a cheat code. It's always going to be, there's always a manual or a guide or a little something. And I mean, listen, man, the things that was taking place throughout this entire thing. I'm talking about, I was running into people, like, in the same day, people that I thought about for years. It was just so much going on. Everything and anything that I just kind of, man, a lot of different things that'll point you into different directions. It's always a sign, and you got to always just be able to take heed to that. And this 19 days has been interesting. This summer has been weird as fuck too. Now that we on that, I was definitely sitting there and pondering about that as well. Like, fam, are we gonna have, it's raining as I speak, fam. It's thunder in the sky, lightning, all type of shit, roaring, busting through the electric wires, just getting shut down. Let me look at what we looking like right now. It's dark as fuck outside, fam. We ain't get back to normal since that Canada wildfire shit, but it's okay though. Cause I tried to tell y'all that on episode 35, but y'all ain't wanna hear me though. Now y'all see we getting rain, thunder every goddamn day. This has been the worst summer ever, fam. I sat in a cell on June 28th. June 28th is a day for me that, it represents something that, was pretty much, one of the most tragic things that occurred in my life, about 14 years ago. As a matter of fact, 14 years ago, exactly. From that day would have been, that would have been the 14th anniversary, or that was the 14th anniversary of, a really, really good friend of mine, who was murdered, unfortunately and tragically, as I just say, Canada. This actually occurred in Canada, you know what I'm saying? So, that was something that I kind of had to, sit with as well. I'm sitting in a cell on a day that I'm usually sitting and reflecting on this day anyway. You understand? So for me to end up in there and then, like, basically, it was just a fucking whirlwind of an experience, man. And I gotta just say, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All this shit has done is made me, like, I'm a monster after this, is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta understand, man, when you stand for the good, and when you stand on truth, man, and you just stand on just your principles at the end of the day, on your square, you can't really go wrong at the end of the day, man. Certain things is gonna occur, It's all about how you respond. And I'm being really vague because, like I said, I'm trying to avoid getting into more details about basically other shit and other situations. I still got legal shit I gotta deal with. Realistically, I don't really even know what the future of the E.B.C.G is in as far as short term. I might have to really go sit for real, is what I'm saying. Because I plan on, fully, standing on truth. Just in every situation, bro. Any and every situation. I don't want to say too much more than that. But listen, man, I don't really feel like what else is there to really talk about? I don't want to just talk about myself on this episode, but this is the full transparency episode. I had a day off. That was the other thing. I said, damn, I ain't even got to work today, man. Let me get in my episode real quick. This ain't really how I usually want to. I give it up a little bit better than this. Mic check. Can you hear me? Hey, yo, man, let's get into some other shit, though, man. Because, listen, like I said, I still been paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And I see what's going on out here. I definitely want to, I would be remiss. And I really should have started this episode with this. And I wrote it down as my number one topic, which is crazy. But being due to the fact that the kid is rusty as hell, I ain't potted 19 days. I damn near quit on y'all. It was never gonna pot again, for real. So I kind of left that whole space, for real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been really watching like Stephen A and them. Like I had to like leave all that shit away. Like I ain't have interest in just like I had to get focused on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to, more importantly, a bag, right? I had to go secure another bag. You feel me? Because you could come up, go down, and come up again, and it's like it's crazy. The up and downs, the roller coaster called life. You know, you gotta just be prepared for that ride. And at the end of the day, there's no giving up. Going forward from this day. And that's something I had to just learn, you know what I'm saying, about myself. Like, you really not going to be able to stop me, man. And I really do hope, let me not say what I was getting ready to say, but what I'm saying is this. If the feds is listening, which they probably are, because they usually are doing that, right? That's what they do. Anyway, there's no way there's no quitting in me, man. There's no quitting in me, man. If I could sustain and maintain what I've been through this past 19 days, and not even just fuck this 19 days shit, for 36 years, man. I turned 36 this year, you know, August 7th. Shout out to me. Turning 36, hip-hop turning 50, you know what I'm saying? You definitely will. You gonna be able to catch me at that hip-hop 50 concert at Yankee Stadium. I'm definitely gonna be in the building for that, man. I'm really looking forward to that. August 11th. Yeah, that's 4 days after my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So that lines up perfectly. Yeah, man. I'm just feeling like, I don't know, man. Is this the best version of myself? No, not at all, right? Do I feel like I'm on track to becoming that? Absolutely. And you can't convince me otherwise. And as long as I could keep that mentality, as long as I could continue to, you know, that tunnel vision is important too. And I will say, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's easy to stay stagnant. I don't know, man. You can't just keep the same motherfuckers around you either, right? And at this point, I'm jumping into a whole nother I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm jumping around crazy. I'm rusty. I got a lot on my mind and on my chest, obviously. I do a podcast, so yeah, I'm gonna come and talk, and I'm a little bit all over the place, but just follow me here and hear me out with what I'm saying. You gotta cut motherfuckers off, man. Like, there is no better feeling at this point in my life than letting it be known that there is a boundary that you just can't cross anymore, fam. As a matter of fact, it's been a minute since I'm not even sure why you feel that you still could cross these boundaries with me, but realistically, fam, the cutoff is so important. Everybody Can't Go is the name of this episode, or rather this podcast, and you know, there's many reasons for that. You know, number one, I just ain't really have a title, and that was just the first thing that came to my mind, right? If I'm just keeping it all the way transparent, right? Because this is the full transparency episode. I holds nothing back. Go ahead and DM me a question or two if you got a question, hit the DM, you know what I'm saying? I don't, listen, there's nothing to really hide anymore. There never really was. I was never that type of individual. I've always been pretty transparent though, you know, to be honest. That's kind of just how I choose to, you know. Yeah, I mean, transparency to me, it just means that you're carrying less weight. You're carrying less weight because most of the people who are out here trying to present themselves as, you know, whatever it is that they're trying to present, those are the people that usually are the most stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're not being true to yourself. You ain't being transparent, fam. You on some, like, you lie, you putting on images, it's cap at the end of the day. It's cap. You feel me? And at the end of the day, it's only a matter of time before those individuals expose themselves. And you know what I'm saying? And then now you just look crazy and you gotta continue to put the fake image on when your real character has already been shown. Like, I can't be that individual. So realistically, I'm saying full transparency episode. I'm really just, transparency is just the key in life to me, period. You know what I'm saying? You should be transparent in life, in everyday situations, in everyday conversations, relationships. That's why a lot of relationships don't work out, right? Transparency wasn't prevalent. You was putting on a certain act or image, or you said a certain line that you felt like you was going to be able to get her with because you looked at her Instagram and you saw that she was interested in this. She ain't even really interested in this. She only interested in this because her homegirl posted this. And her homegirl got this shit from who knows? And the list goes on and on and on. Nobody's being transparent. Me personally, I had to remove myself from a lot of things, and I had to remove myself away from a lot of people. And let me just tell you, man, it is the greatest thing you can do. I mean, this the thing, right? At the end of the day, you want to make sure you're not ostracizing yourself to the point of not being able to go out and basically get provide for yourself, right? Because there is a level to it, right? You can go too far feeling like, damn, I don't really need anybody, right? Which is kind of where I'm at with it at this point, right? I don't really feel like I need anybody going forward at this point. Certain situations that I had to kind of go through alone, those situations are going to empower you differently. And you're going to come out of those situations 9 times out of 10 feeling like, well, fuck, if I can make it through this alone, I don't really see the point of having. But there's levels to that, right? And you definitely want to have a strong team around you. Let me be clear on what I'm saying here. And this E.B.C.G thing ain't going to really pop until the team kind of, nigga, I need an E.B.C.G street team or some shit. You feel me? I'm going to have to build a network at some point for this thing to really grow, if that's really what my interest is. At this particular time right now, I don't really, like I said, I have different things going on. I got I got a million ways to get it. That's a Hove line for you. We talking about the Book of Hove? I got a million ways to get it, fam. Choose one. This is just one right here. The E.B.C.G, I can do this in my sleep, realistically, fam. And I can use this to fuel other things, right? This don't really gotta be, like, this is the thing, man. I'm gonna do this regardless, is what I'm saying. This podcast shit, do I want a media company at some point? Absolutely. Do I want to be the number one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of these things are goals and aspirations, but at the end of the day, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? I'm not editing this, so realistically, the flick of the lighter will be on the episode. You will have to pardon me. I got a lot going on. I need to smoke right now, so hold on. I guess I still got some shit on the docket, right? I'm trying to hold off on NBA. As far as the NBA, right? Because I ain't really been like, alright, so what's Victor Wembanyama, Summer League, that whole thing, his debut. Okay, he came, it wasn't that great. Then he came back that second time around and went crazy, like 10 blocks, something crazy, that he was really hooping, right? Then they pulled him out of that joint. Like, you know what? We gonna save this for later. They basically teased us, right? Made us see a little bit of his greatness, which I do feel like at this point, he might have been on to something with that. He don't need to gain weight. You know what I'm saying? He might have been on to something. It's still yet to be seen. But definitely Victor Wembanyama, Britney Spears, you know what I'm saying? Listen, the wave is already getting crazy, fam. You got security knocking Britney Spears out. Like, he just got here, fam. He ain't even really been... Britney Spears? I'm not even really sure how that even happened, fam, or how Britney Spears was even aware of who he was. You know what I'm saying? White girls just like tall black men at the end of the day. You feel me? I'm not really sure what happened with that situation. I heard that basically Britney Spears got knocked out, fam. Britney Spears got knocked out, and, it is what it is. They pulled him out, though. They pulled him out of the Summer League. And right now, that's just kind of what's going on in the NBA. It's a bunch of trade, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different trade scenarios getting painted right now. Ain't nothing really crazy. Dame's still in Portland, which is crazy. I don't really want to talk about the NBA, that's what I'm saying. Kyrie got that bag, though. That was the only NBA thing I wrote down. I'm still waiting to see where Dame is going to land. Draymond stayed in Golden State. What else been going on? They talking about they might break up PG and Kawhi. I'm very aware of what's going on. What else? The Celtics, Jaylen Brown recently just put out, I'm not even sure if this is confirmed or not, but basically he's not happy with the environment in Boston now. And it's looking like Jaylen Brown might request a trade, which is crazy, right? They just got KCP over there. So we basically just gonna stay tuned to see how everything plays out, and when the season starts, this is when we could get back on that, the NBA talk. It's looking a little shaky right now, though. It's looking a little shaky right now. Kyrie's still in Dallas. Like, okay. The Lakers are still okay. They pretty much getting ready to run it back. The Warriors have another roster spot. They thinking about signing Dwight. So it's a lot going on with the NBA, man. I'm gonna let Woj handle all that. I've been handling some other shit. I ain't really been in tune like that. I mean, I know about certain shit, obviously, because I'm still him. Like, I'm gonna be, these things still hit my table, fam. These things still hit my desk. I'm still very aware of what's going on out here. Yeah, man, listen, man, off the dome, we'll be at 55 minutes in. This is the Through the Wire transparency push through. I had to come and tell y'all what the fuck is going on episode, man. It's been rough. It's been rough and rugged. And man, it's crazy to even think. Like, let me get into some other shit though. Rest in peace, Matulu Shakur. Rest in power, I should say. Rest in power, in a moment of silence for brother Matulu Shakur. Black Power. Yeah, so Matulu Shakur recently was released, from prison. I'm not sure exactly how many years he's been in there, but obviously it's been decades, right? He fell ill while he was inside there. Like I said, man, this thing is built to destroy us at the end of the day, and that's just the bottom line. So that was kind of, they released him so that he could kind of spend those last days, It's crazy how they'll release you when you have nothing, your faculties are, what I'm saying? Like, he had nothing left, basically. So they let him come out and die, which, I guess that's better than dying in prison, for his family's sake and for his sake. But, rest in power to Matulu Shakur. Obviously, Matulu Shakur is the biological father of Tupac Shakur, who, we can't say enough about, one of the greatest ever, 50th year hip-hop, obviously the Dear Mama doc and everything that just came out. I wonder if he actually got a chance to see that documentary. Now that I think about it, he probably did. He could have seen that while he was in there, but we just wanted to salute Matulu Shakur for everything that he's contributed to the Black Panther Party and, just the black community for real in general, Yeah, man, just trying to fight that fight, what I'm saying, to better the situation of black people, at the end of the day. Yeah, rest in power, Matulu Shakur. I just really wanted to just say that. Drake is talking crazy. I wrote that down because, yeah, he had said something slick the other day. Obviously, the Jim Jones and Pusha T, that was like the last beef, that was going on, right? Pusha T and Jim Jones, which that's over now, right? Pusha T came back, he said what he said, and Jim Jones got quiet, right? No, so Pusha T wins again, right? Is Pusha T gonna win every battle? So, like, segueing off of that, right? We get into Drake talking crazy, right? Somehow Drake got on stage. I guess he's on tour right now, which I definitely just seen some shit where he brought J. Cole out somewhere. He just always bringing Cole out on stage, and it's just like, fam, I don't want to keep seeing J. Cole and Drake, my nigga. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Like I said, full transparency. I just feel like Drake is trying to use Cole to kind of piggyback off of that dope shit that Cole was able to create that Drake ain't really. It's like you got a different demo, fam. You over there doing something completely different than what I'm doing. There is no need for y'all two to be on stage with each other every time that he hits the stage. It's kind of just like, fam, what are we talking about here? And speaking about what we talking about here, I feel like Drake was trying to throw subs at Kendrick again, and we're not even gonna sugarcoat it, because like I said, this is the full transparency episode, right? He up on stage talking about, oh, rappers is not consistent like me, and I'm always gonna come and hit y'all with the summer anthem, and these other guys, and everybody just pretty much pulled up Kendrick right away. Like, all right, he's talking about Kendrick again. So basically, and I spoke about this on this might have been episode 35, just how I feel like Drake and Kendrick, man, it's been too many years, bro. We going on year 11 now. The back and forth, I feel like Kendrick obviously has made it more than clear that he is more than willing to grab Drake by the collar and slam his ass up on the locker and basically bully him, fam, when it comes to this thing called hip-hop and rap. Drake has not shown us the ability to out-rap Kendrick on anything. So, realistically, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what exactly was his statement? Your statement was erroneous, sir. The fact of the matter is, Kendrick came out and gave us Section 80, fam. Your first fucking... What was Drake's first? I don't even know his catalog, so I can't even have this conversation. Realistically, I'm not the guy that had this convo. All I know is this. You ain't dropped Pimp a Butterfly. You ain't dropped Mr. Morale after a 5-year. Realistically, fam, he sounds salty, right? And I'm going to tell you why he sounds salty. Because the real truth of the matter is this. It doesn't matter how consistent you are. It doesn't matter how many songs you drop, how you choose to oversaturate the market and try to flood us out with all these different collabs and all this. I'm in this genre too. You're oversaturating the art form, fam. And realistically, your creative your shit is just all over the place, fam. Nobody really knows what is your signature move at this point. Kendrick has done a great job of putting himself in a position to where he doesn't have to drop every summer and every other day. You got to see him. I just seen some shit with Drake with cucumbers on his eyes. It's like he was getting a full facial, which, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, skincare, salute. Yeah, I'm with all that. That's great. But what I'm not going to ever do is post a picture of myself on the internet. It's just like you don't match up, bro. Your stats don't really match up to what Kendrick is doing. He really mad. And let me get back to my original point. The fact that Kendrick was able to kind of take that 5 years off, right? Imagine Drake taking 5. Drake wishes he could take 5 years. Nah, realistically, he probably could. He should be able to take 5 years off. But for whatever reason, he don't feel like he can. You so damn, you know what I'm saying, focused on trying to oversaturate. Yeah, your man took 5 years off and he came back and was still that guy. They still put him right there. Right there. It doesn't matter what you do. It's called quality versus quantity. And that is exactly what we're going to get here if we actually do get. Because I ain't going to hold you. I feel like we're getting a lot warmer. I've been anticipating this for years. So you have to excuse my excitement. I kind of seen this coming. I feel like I said, it's only a matter of time before Kendrick just really grab Drake by the collar and let him understand real quick, like, fam, you can't really do what I do, bro. And guess what? I could do what you do, fam. What you think? I can't tap into them other little genres too? Kendrick got songs with Taylor Swift, fam, and Beyonce. Let's not play around here and act like Drake is doing some shit that Drake don't have a song with Beyonce. I don't believe he does. He might have had like some writing or something on something that she did. Not, unbeknownst to me. I haven't heard of that. Drake ain't never been on stage with her. I ain't never seen Beyonce and Drake. You see Kendrick and Beyonce. Taylor Swift, Drake got Rihanna, Kendrick got Rihanna too. I'm just saying, it's just different things we could check off over there that we can't check off over here. I don't really see what Drake is doing. That's so outside of the numbers, obviously. The numbers don't lie. And realistically, that's kind of the only thing he has to stand on. He definitely was talking about that as well on that No Friends in the Industry. Yeah, I was listening to that the other day. Like, oh, there's a whole segment in there that he's clearly talking to Kendrick, and it's just like, damn, just say that man's name at this point, because it's looking like you going to sleep with your facial shit on. You got cucumbers on your eye. You going to sleep thinking about Kendrick, fam. That's what it's looking like right now. You dropping albums on Son's birthday, which I felt like that was like low key a little supposed to be a slight, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I think Kendrick went and shot Rich Spirit, fam, in a mansion that he probably just bought. Kendrick ain't worried about Drake, fam. And realistically, when he ready to snap, he say names, fam. We never heard Drake say Kendrick's name. And the only time we heard him say his name, that was when he sat there with Elliot talking about the control thing, and we've never seen Drake look that uncomfortable ever on stage, fam. He looked like he was damn near ready to cry up there. We off that though. We off that, and we'll obviously we'll be staying tuned to see how this play out. Still ain't say Candyman name though. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't really I mean, yeah, that's another thing, man. I just feel like I don't know, man. The quantity over the quality, we just live in a time now where people are willing to just kind of accept the microwave shit. Like, niggas don't really respect. And that's the whole reason why, this whole situation with Little Uzi, right? They saying Little Uzi, right? I just scrambled to find that, by the way, because I was losing. Like, I could, transparency episode, right? Like, most of the time, I kind of get, you know what I'm saying? You could tell when I get stuck, when I just start kind of, I tried to stall on that right there. I pulled that Uzi shit from out of the, I don't know where I just got that from, but now realistically though, they saying Uzi dropped the first #1 album, the first #1 hip hop album this year. Obviously, Little Uzi hip hop, like there's kind of a discrepancy there, right? He wasn't even on there rapping, fam. How is this the first #1 hip hop album of the year? Well, for one, a lot of the hip hop artists that we want to hear didn't drop yet, right? So Nas is getting ready to drop, which is great, because I'm definitely looking forward to that. That shit caught me off guard too. Magic 2 is definitely out this Friday. A little early birthday present for me. I feel like we definitely got to talk about the fight game. I feel like we definitely got to talk. There's a lot going on. First and foremost, we're going to start this thing off with salute Francis Ngannou. Yeah, Francis Ngannou. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I believe I am, though. Francis Ngannou, former UFC heavyweight champion. Basically, the situation with him is, basically similar to the situation with Kyrie, similar to the situation with me. We had to push through. You know what I'm saying? One door closed and another one open. And Francis Ngannou was in that same situation where, he kind of abruptly was, departed from the UFC. There was a whole thing with him and Dana White, who was basically like the face and the spokesperson of the UFC, partial owner. So it was looking bad for him, right? He was down bad too. So they thought. Really, realistically, what he was doing, he was working. While motherfuckers had things to say, everybody was speculating, everybody sitting back praying on your downfall, fam. You sitting back, you working your ass off, fam. Just sitting back laughing realistically, like, fam, I already put the work in. So it doesn't really matter what you're saying. I know for a fact the work was put in and the results are going to come in, right? You sitting here, your results ain't coming yet because you ain't really put the work in. You probably took a shortcut or something. I don't know how you even got here. But realistically, fam, once the work is put in, the results is going to do the talking, baby. And that's basically where we at now. He signed that PFL contract. People was laughing at him like, PFL, what is this, a hybrid? You're going to box now and do MMA? Well, guess what? He just definitely signed a big contract to fight Tyson Fury, who is the heavyweight champion of boxing. Obviously, we know what Tyson Fury's resume is. 2 wins over Deontay Wilder recently. Yeah, and this fight is gonna be huge, man. I feel like this. I didn't really see this coming, to be honest. This is gonna be a big fight. I do feel like, as of right now, I got Tyson Fury washing Francis Ngannou in a boxing match. Unfortunately, that's just kind of where we at right now. I feel like Francis might be in a little over his head. Tyson Fury is a heavyweight and a real boxer, and we've seen what he can do with his weight and all this. I'm just saying, I've never seen Francis Ngannou in a boxing match with 10-ounce gloves. We've seen him with the 4-ounce gloves on in the UFC in the cage, but that's a little different because you could use your legs, you could, you know what I'm saying, you could kick, you could knee, you could kind of set up your punches a little differently, is what I'm saying. So when you're able to set up your punches with like a different kind of, like maybe a leg kick or something like that, it's going to hit a little differently. Yeah, and he was knocking cats out, fam. But them cats don't got footwork in the UFC. You dealing with a whole boxer in Tyson Fury. So I'm just going to be, I feel like my betting money is going to be on Tyson Fury. John Jones versus Stipe. MSG, November 11th. That's 11/11, which I think is amazing that they were able to put that together on that date. And is that on a Saturday? It should be. If 11/11 is a Saturday, that's crazy. Hold on, let me double check that. Should be though. They don't throw events on any other days. So 11/11 is 100% on a Saturday. Wow. Well timed. Well timed there. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting right there. Stipe versus John Jones for the heavyweight championship. That would have obviously been Francis and Ngannou in there with John Jones, but we already know how that played out, and we didn't get to see John Jones and Francis. Hopefully, after he boxed Tyson Fury, and John Jones and Stipe going there, and John Jones is gonna absolutely obliterate Stipe, in my opinion. Don't get it wrong, Stipe is one of them, and he is a legend and all that, but I just feel like, come on, man. We just seen what John Jones did to this, to boy. I forgot his name. I forgot all about this guy. Where is that guy right now? What was his name, fam? Cyril Gane. What happened to Cyril Gane? We have not seen him since that fight, fam. John Jones went in there and choked him out in 3 seconds, fam. And he might have retired or something. All I'm saying is this, man. I'm looking forward to that. I might have to go to that too. That's gonna be in the Garden, fam. That's gonna be in MSG. That's in the Mecca. That's right around the corner. Like, I might have to get some, like, even if it's the cheap seats, I might have to just get, you know what I mean, just to be in the building for that right there. Yeah, there's a good chance I'll be there for that. 11/11. That's some time away, but I mean, listen, man. Let's get to the cream of the crop right now. Let's get to what's going on right now when it comes to the fight game, and I feel like y'all already know where I'm going with this. Yeah, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, man. We here. We're actually here. Yeah, like, we're actually here. We're actually like a week away, 10 days away, 11 days away. It's on the 29th. So yeah, 11 days away. What more can I say? What more can be said? There's nothing more that we can really say. All the speculation, all the time for talk is kind of over now. I mean, we still got 11 more days for them to, sell the fight and do their due diligence. But what I'm saying is this, fam. We here now. And as far as, I still do feel like the spectacle is missing from this event, right? As far as the novice, boxing fan, I don't feel like there's enough people. I don't feel like they're going to break any pay-per-view records with this fight, unfortunately. I could be wrong, but what I'm saying is this was a tough sell for like the novice boxing fan. Like I said, now if you're a boxing purist such as myself, right? Because I know I do this, right? I've been waiting for this fight for years, and this actually started to look like the Pacquiao Mayweather fight for a little while there, where it was just like, all right, we gonna just keep hearing them talk about it, but are they actually gonna get this shit done? And they actually got it done. The build-up ain't really been that great. It ain't really been that spicy. And like Bud Crawford said, at the end of the day, they want to see two black men going at each other. And I feel that. But the fact of the matter is, it is a business. And at the end of the day, you kind of got to sell the fight, my boy. Yeah, it's a little boring the way they selling this fight. I got to just come out and say it. Full transparency. Like, they're not selling the fight, fam. They're not. I'm going to be tuned in, but that's based off of just the simple fact that we know that these are two skilled boxers, and I'm always trying to see two skilled boxers fight. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the chess match that this is going to be, I feel like that's going to be great for boxing, but as far as the spectacle and the numbers, I'm not really sure if we're going to hit that. I'm going to close my book at this point. I have nothing left in my docket. Could I have wrote more down? Absolutely. I chose not to because, like I said, realistically, I gave y'all so many episodes off the dome anyway. I might even really just go back to that old format because realistically, like, the Book of Hove, I got the Book of WillMatic. Huh? I might, man, like I said, man, I just really want to, end this with saying, like, I'm unstoppable. I'm a monster. I'm great. Like, all I see is good and great things coming. I mean, I just feel like I feel so liberated. I feel so blessed. And I just feel like I want everybody else to feel these, these feelings as well, man. I want you guys to all figure it out like I did. Cause man, I had to figure some shit out, man. Everybody can't go. This is episode 36. Full transparency episode. I had to just come on here and let y'all know what was going on with me. My last cover, by the way, I definitely want to mention the last episode. I don't have my tools. You on the dig? So I couldn't even resize my photo, my cover looking all. Know what I'm saying? Like, I had to come back, and I said I can't let that be the last episode. Are you fucking kidding me, fam? I ain't even give y'all a full hour. That shit was like 45 minutes, fam. I was fresh out. Listen, man. Listen. We gonna be back up and running real soon. As far as the website, nigga, that shit is not coming out. It's still E.B.C.G /WordPress.com. It's actually up now. It's just under construction, and I'm not really sure. Like, I don't even know what is on there right now. You feel me? I definitely gotta go take a look at the website. You know what I'm saying? But that should be loading. EBC Pod, obviously. Hip Hop 50, the concert. You already know I'm gonna be in the building for that. I'm really looking forward to that too, man. That's gonna be special. That's gonna be special, man. I seen the names on the bill already, and I'm just, all I can say is this, man. I will be in the building. E.B.C.G. What else before I leave y'all, man? Shout out to you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and everybody for tuning in to check with me. Y'all already know WILLMATIC TV. Your boy was down, but your boy ain't out. E.B.C.G. I can't go down for the count. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what I'm about. I come off the dome with these podcasts, and I turn around at the end, and I hit y'all with a freestyle again. Because realistically, ain't no stopping me, man. Episode 37. Y'all already know what it is. E.B.C.G podcast. WillMatic TV out until the next time. Stay tuned and all that. Laptop coming back soon. I'm going to be up and running back to normal, regularly scheduled programming. Give me about I don't know, after the Errol Spence fight, fam. Realistically, after that shit, that I could really, like, focus on what I need to focus on. There's a lot going on, including that. Because, you know, I'm not missing this fight for nothing. I'm not missing this fight. I told myself already, like, I really wanted to go to this fight, but they in Vegas and shit. Like, if they would have brought this shit to the Barclays Center, that would have been crazy. Anywho, end of the episode, man. Y'all already know what it is. Till the next time, WillMatic out.